Hello and welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing a makeup tutorial for what I would wear to work. I'm starting off with my eyebrows and I'm using the Makeup Revolution Brow Pomade, and this one is in medium brown. And I'm just going to fill in all those sparse spots in my eyebrows just to make them a little bit fuller. Alright, now I'm just going to set that pomade, and this is my absolute favorite. It's the Urban Decay Brow Box, and this one is in brown sugar. I'm just going to set that pomade so it doesn't come off or smear when I go to touch it. And then to make sure my eyebrows stay, I'm going to use my NYX Control Freak eyebrow gel, and it's just in a clear one just to make sure that nothing moves and everything stays in place throughout the day. Alright, next I'm going to prime my skin, and this is from Becca Cosmetics. It's the First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. It's just going to even out my skin tone since I'm so fair, and it'll also make sure my foundation has something to stick to. And then I'm going to go in with my favorite foundation for work. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and this one is in the shade 202 Creamy Natural. This is like a glowy foundation. It's not completely glowy or dewy. It's still a little bit matte, but it's not too matte because I do have some dry skin and I don't want it to be all dry and cracked by the end of the day. So I really love this foundation. It has a really good coverage also. It's not a full coverage, but it's just enough for work. Also, you can get this foundation at Target, Walmart, Walgreens, any drugstore, even Ulta has it. Next, I'm going to go in with my concealer. Usually for work I don't use concealer, but today I just decided to be extra. So this is the NARS concealer, and it's in light 1. I'm just going to highlight the top of my nose, my forehead, my chin, and underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to blend it out, and this is the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I know this is a smaller one for the face. They also have a bigger one for face and body. I know a lot of girls love to use that one just to make it go by a little bit quicker, but I love this sponge and it works really good and it's not too expensive. I also got this sponge at Ulta. I'm not sure where else you can get it. I believe also Walmart and probably Target. So next I'm just going to set that concealer, and I'm going to use my Dermablend Loose Setting Powder, and this is just the one in translucent. Wherever I put that concealer, I'm just going to set that, and then I'll go in with something different for my foundation. And I'm going to let it sit for like 5-10 minutes, not too long because I don't want it to get too cakey, but just enough to where it will last me all day at work. Kind of breathed in a little. Alright, and next to set my foundation everywhere else where I didn't put that loose powder, I'm going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and this one is in 001 Transparent. I'm just going to make sure I pat the brush. I don't swipe because I don't want it to pick up my foundation and move. So I always pat first, and then I'll go through and swipe if I need to. And next, for bronzer, I'm going to use my Maybelline bronzer. This is the Master Bronze palette, and I'm gonna use that second shade. It's not the darkest but closest to the darkest, and I'm just gonna contour my face a little bit. The palette doesn't have a color name, like usually it'll give us a name, but this one doesn't say. It just says 10 on it. I'm sure it's not the darkest palette. I think there's 2 of them. I have the lighter one. And also this brush I'm using is a Morphe E4. You can get it online at Morphe.com. I love this brush for contouring. Next, I'm going to use my Becca Cosmetics bronzer. This one I just got and I absolutely love it. If you're more fair-skinned, like I am, you'll really love it. This one is in Bali Sands, and I'm just going to go over that contour and just kind of blend it out to make sure that I have no harsh lines, and I'm going to blend it down my neck also just to make sure everything goes together. Right, for blush, next I'm going to use, oh, excuse me, it's upside down. Go ahead, turn it around. Yep, there you go. Okay, Milani Powder Blush, and this one is in Tea Rose. It's 08. I got mine at Walmart. I really love this blush. It's like a perfect natural shade for me. Being so fair, sometimes it can be kind of hard to not find one too pink. And then just to be super extra, I wanted to go in over that with the Too Faced Perfect Flush Blush. And this one is in the shade Something About Berry. I got mine at Ulta. They had like a sale and I got it for like $15. To apply the blush, I'm just going to use my Real Techniques blush brush. Next, I'm going in with this L'Oreal eyeshadow palette. It's the Paradise Enchanted. It's the palette that smells like peach. They just came out with it. I love the smell and I love this palette. The first shade I'm going to go in with just a matte pale shade to set that concealer. In the eyeshadow, they have it labeled as number 2. So I'm going to use that one and just set all that concealer. Make sure it looks all good. And then next I'm going in with number 8. And I'm just going to put that into my crease, more up towards my eyebrow. So I'm just going to blend that all in so that the next shade that I go in with, I get like a gradient effect and it's not like a sharp line and all of a sudden I went in with this dark eyeshadow. The next one I'm going in with is number 9. And I'm going to put that more in that crease that I have. I kind of have sunken in eyelids, so I want to make sure I go in that where it's sunken in, and then I'm going to blend up towards that first shade that I put on. Alright, and the next color I'm going to go in is with number 11. This is the deepest brown that they have in the palette, and I'm going to put it in my outer V, and I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. I don't want to add too much. So I add a little bit, I blend it out, add a little bit more, blend it out, and then once I get the effect that I want it to be, that's when I'll stop. And then also, when I'm putting it in the outer crease, I'm going to blend it up a little bit just to make sure we keep with that gradient effect that I'm going for. And for the lid color, I'm thinking I'm going to use this one in the corner, and that one is number 10. It's like a perfect little peachy pink color. It's the shimmer shade. It wasn't too bright as I wanted it to be, so I decided to go in with this spray that'll help it make it more pigmented. This is the Essence Keep It Perfect. It's a setting spray, but it'll do the same effect that I'm looking for. It also helps it stick to my eyelid, and by the end of the day it did stay on. It never came off, so I really like the Essence setting spray. It worked really good. And for mascara today, I'm going to use the Maybelline. It's the Colossal Big Shot, the Volume Express, and this one's just in the Very Black. I'm just gonna do mascara on my top and then my bottom. For work, I don't do any type of falsies or anything like that. I know that can be shocking since I decided to use 2 blushes, but today I wanted to keep it a little simple. Next, I'm just taking a big powder brush, and then I'm gonna wipe off that translucent setting powder that we had on. Next, I had to take a little dance break. Break it out. Okay. Then I'm going to add that same mascara, the Maybelline one, on the bottom lashes. Here I'm only putting mascara on the outside of my lids. That way my eye looks bigger. I don't want to go all the way in. And next, for my highlighting palette, I'm using the new Makeup Revolution HD Amplified palette. I'm going to go in with just a bunch of shades that were on the palette. I got this at Ulta for like $20. It wasn't as pigmented as I thought it would be, but for $20 and how many shades I got, I liked it. And also, like I did with the eyeshadow, I just added a little bit of that Essence makeup setting powder, and it worked really good after a couple layers of adding it on. So I'm just going to do my cheekbones, my nose, and then make myself have a little sparkly mustache for the day. And then I'm just going to take that big powder brush again and just kind of blend it out. And then just for a little extra, I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter. This one smells so good. I could literally eat it. And this one is in Pearl. So I'm just going to dab it on because it is a mousse texture, so I don't want to go in with a brush. Alright, so that concludes my work makeup tutorial. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to my channel. Bye!